Most online coaches hit this weird ceiling around $5,000 to $8,000 a month. And at first it just feels like a momentum thing. Like you get your few first wins, you get your few first clients, and then you start to get the taste of what real online money feels like. And then you hit a wall. You end up working more hours than you did inside of your 9 to 5, and you're doing everything manually. You're posting content, you're chasing in the DMs, you're taking all the sales calls, you're doing all the client fulfillment. And no matter how hard you seem to push, like the income does not move. Months start becoming very inconsistent. 1 month is absolutely great, and then the next 2 months just suck. Like I've been there and totally understand. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why most coaches get stuck at $5,000 to $8,000 a month and what you actually need to do to be able to build and break past that ceiling when it comes to back-end systems. And not only that, how you can do this without having to sacrifice more of your time. So when I first started coaching online, I was a fitness coach, and I always thought that I was doing everything right. I was showing up every day. I was posting every flipping day. I was talking to leads. I was closing deals. But behind the scenes of it all, I was actually just drowning in my own business because I couldn't take a day off without worrying about leads drying up. And then I started resenting sales calls or coaching calls because I was just stretched so thin, and it started to show. Every month, it felt like I was rebuilding the business, right? I was starting over from scratch. But I realized that something had to change. And when I shifted, it did change. I stopped thinking like a coach and I started thinking like a business owner. So I started looking at systems and strategy. And when I actually dialed all of this in, I ended up earning my first 7 figures through online fitness coaching, and it changed the game. It is actually the exact same process that we still use to date in my 8-figure consulting business. And it has also worked for about 2,300 plus clients that we've served to date as well. So let me break this down for you logically, because this is about business. This isn't about mindset, right? So if your business relies on only you to go through and create content, to generate leads, to take every sales call, to fulfill every coaching call, you have a capacity problem. You can't scale a business that breaks when you take a weekend off or go on a trip. That 5K month ceiling isn't a sales issue, it is a systems issue. Most coaches don't need better offers. They need a better infrastructure to the business. And if you're still treating your business like it's a hustle, it will pay you like one. You're gonna continue to spin your wheels. Here's what actually scales. So I'm gonna walk you through the same 4 levers inside our business that has helped our clients break out of this 5 to 8K trap. The first thing is demand systems. You need a repeatable way to bring in qualified leads every day, not just content, because attention drives business. You can't focus on creating content for vanity metrics, but you have to measure it in revenue growth. And then a sales process, 1 clear offer, 1 conversion path. You should not have to go through and explain your offer in 50 different ways. It should speak to 1 person to run them through a content flywheel so that every time they land in the DMs, they know exactly who you are, what you do, how you're gonna be able to solve their problem. And the only questions that they should have should be buyer related questions. They already know that they want it. And then a scalable delivery system. You have to stop creating custom coaching one-on-one things. You have to use frameworks, assets, and automate all of your onboarding, because it changes the game when the first 20% of your customer experience should come from automation. An onboarding packet that has homework in there. This will eliminate what we call the zone of doubt, which is the fear that most people get after a purchase. So in order to narrow that, you keep them busy so that they know that they made a great decision before they speak to you. And then to buy back your time with a strategy. You have to have a back-end system. You have to delegate tasks. You have to be able to free up your calendar. When you install these 4 things, 5 to 8K a month turns into 25 to 50K a month without adding more hours or stress to your plate. I know it's super tempting to try and push harder or to listen to the over-glorified hustle culture, make more content, take more sales calls, chase more leads, but that's what's keeping you stuck, because growth doesn't come from doing more activities. It comes from doing more of the right things in the right order. And once you have a system and a process behind you, you get to stop playing defense. So if you're a coach and this smacked you in the mouth, like just DM me the word scale on Instagram. And what I'll do is I'll send something that breaks down what you need to do next based on exactly where you're at to help. Not a pitch, just clarity, because your business should actually give you time, income, and freedom, not just more things for you to have to do.